She doesn't leave because you're not enough. She leaves because you tolerated too much. What if I told you that the fastest way to lose a woman's respect is to give her everything she wants without making her earn a single bit of it? The more you compromise your standards just to keep her happy, the faster she'll begin to despise you. You've been told that love is about sacrifice, that being a nice guy gets you the girl. But look around. How many of those men are still respected? How many of them are even still in their relationships? Right now, there's a man watching this who's doing everything right. Texting her first, staying loyal, showing up when she calls, and still she's pulling away. You feel it, the shift, the coldness, the lack of appreciation, and you're asking yourself, what did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong, you just didn't have boundaries. And that's why she doesn't respect you, because women don't respect effort, they respect standards. This video is about 7 boundaries that will force her to recalibrate how she looks at you. But these boundaries aren't about controlling her, they're about controlling yourself so completely, so unapologetically, that she can't help but rise to meet you or leave. If you're tired of feeling unappreciated, undervalued, and unseen, comment "I choose boundaries." What I'm about to share may be uncomfortable, but it will change your life. Let's talk man to man. In today's world, men are constantly told that setting boundaries is toxic, that having expectations is controlling, that walking away makes you insecure. But the truth is this: a man without boundaries is a man waiting to be broken. We live in an age where strength is mocked and weakness is rewarded, where men are praised for being open but shamed for being firm, where the moment you say no, you're labeled the villain. Yet the strongest men in history, the most respected men, never asked for respect. They built it, they earned it, they demanded it by how they lived. And I know what you're thinking, but I love her, I don't want to lose her. But let me ask you something. Do you want to be loved or do you want to be respected? Because a woman might love a man she doesn't respect, but she will never stay loyal to him. Respect is the foundation. Love is the luxury. And if she doesn't respect you, she doesn't value you. This isn't just about relationships. This is about life, your career, your friendships, your family. The moment you let people treat you less than you deserve, you've already lost. That's why I created this. This video and the new ebook available for you right now is your blueprint. It's packed with every strategy, mindset, and boundary you need to regain control and walk into a room with presence. But I'll be honest, this ebook won't be public forever. It's a blueprint, not a broadcast. It's only available for a limited time. Click the link in the comments and grab it while you still can. Let's get into it. Number 1, never accept disrespect. The moment you allow a woman to belittle you even once, you reveal who you really are. The second you laugh off a sarcastic jab, tolerate a flirty message from another man on her phone, or ignore the condescension in her tone when you speak about your goals, you teach her everything she needs to know about your backbone, or the lack of it. Most men lose respect not in dramatic moments, but in the subtle, quiet ways they betray themselves. One ignored red flag at a time. That night she rolled her eyes at your opinion in front of your friends. That time she called your dreams stupid because she was upset. That joke she made about you not being man enough when things got serious. You smiled, you stayed silent, you tried to be the bigger person. You told yourself it was just once, but it wasn't. It was the beginning of your fall. Because disrespect doesn't scream, it whispers. And if you think being patient will win her over, you've already lost. Women don't fall for men who absorb disrespect. They fall for men who stand on standards, because deep down, no woman can trust a man who won't defend himself. And if you think your love will change her, it won't. Love without respect is slavery in disguise. She may use your loyalty, your kindness, your sacrifices, but she won't admire you, she won't submit, she won't stay. You become the safe choice, not the only choice, the man she settles for, not the man she fears losing. Think back. Remember the moment you bit your tongue when she crossed the line, the moment you came back too soon after she pushed you away. The conversation where she blamed you for reacting to her disrespect instead of apologizing for causing it. In each of those moments, you lost a little more of her respect and your own. The cure? Boundaries. Ruthless, unwavering, bulletproof boundaries. Not to control her, to protect you. Because the second you say, "That's not okay," and mean it, everything changes. She pauses. She recalculates. She realizes you're not like the other men who fold at the first sign of affection. You are different. She may cry, argue, or throw guilt your way, but deep down she's relieved. A man who defends his standards is a man she can trust. If you'll fight for your dignity, you'll fight for her protection. And if she doesn't adjust, let her go. You're not a rehabilitation center for broken values. You're not a therapist for disrespectful women. You're the gatekeeper of your life. If she can't pass the test of respect, she doesn't belong in your story now or ever. Every moment you tolerate disrespect is a moment you teach her that loving you is optional. But when you walk away calmly, with your head high, you remind her that you were never just another man. You were the standard. From that moment on, whether she admits it or not, she knows she lost something she will never find again. A man who would rather stand alone in truth than sleep beside someone who disrespects him. That is your power. Never trade it for temporary peace or fake love. Number 2, guard your circle. The people around you either raise your value or drain it. And if you let her poison your circle, you're the one handing her the knife. Imagine building your life brick by brick. The brothers who corrected you, the mentors who sharpened you, the rare men who were there when you had nothing. And then watching it all crumble because a woman didn't like their vibe. The friend who stood by you when you were broke, suddenly she says he's toxic. The mentor who helped you build discipline, now she claims he's controlling. The brother who warns you about her, now he's the enemy. And what do? You distance yourself. He's the enemy. And what do? You distance yourself. You listen to her whisper poison in your ear while wearing a smile. And before you know it, you're isolated, not because you chose better, but because you chose her. You let her become the editor of your life, redlining your circle while slowly making herself the only voice in your head. That's not love. That's manipulation. And if you don't recognize it now, it'll be too late. Because when she finally leaves, and she will, if your strength weakens, you won't just lose her. You'll realize you've lost the army you needed to recover. She walked away and took your world with her. That's how kings fall, not in battle but in betrayal, not by enemies but by the ones they let too close. If a woman respects you, she respects your tribe. She supports your mission. She encourages your growth. She listens to your elders. She doesn't compete with your brothers. She doesn't belittle your goals. She doesn't mock your values. She becomes part of the kingdom, not a threat to its foundation. And you guard that kingdom like your life depends on it, because it does. There is no version of a strong man who sacrifices his circle for comfort. There is no high-value life where your brotherhood is traded for peace with a woman who sows division. Your friends, your mentors, your business partners, they are not threats, they are mirrors. They remind you who you are, and any woman who tries to cut them off is cutting off your roots. So stand firm, let her know, this is my circle. These are my people, they were here before you. And if you don't respect them, you won't be here much longer either. That's not harsh, that's honest. And the real ones, they'll stay. They'll rise to meet your values. They'll see your loyalty and match it, but the rest will reveal themselves. And when they do, let them go. Because a woman who wants you to cut your circle for her doesn't love you. She wants to own you. And you were never built to be owned. You were built to build, and the foundation of that building is your tribe. Guard it relentlessly, because when everything else falls apart, your circle is what helps you rebuild. Don't let her turn you against it. Don't let your loyalty blind you. A man's circle is sacred, and once you let it be corrupted, you don't just lose friends, you lose yourself. Number 3, walk away power. If she knows you'll never leave, she loses every reason to respect you. Not because she's cruel, but because security without consequence creates carelessness. Think about it. What happens when a woman knows that no matter how many times she yells, lies, withdraws affection, or even betrays your loyalty, you'll still be there the next morning? She no longer sees you as a man. She sees you as an emotional punching bag, a backup plan, a safety net. The harsh truth is, women don't leave men they fear losing. They leave men they've already lost respect for. And when you make it clear you'll tolerate anything just to keep her around, she begins to chip away at your dignity piece by piece. And the worst part is, she'll blame you for it. You might think staying makes you loyal, that patience makes you strong. But loyalty to someone who repeatedly crosses your boundaries isn't love, it's self-abandonment. You become the man who betrays himself daily to avoid discomfort, a man who confuses endurance for value. Women will test you, not to destroy you, but to see if your spine is real. They'll push buttons to see what breaks, and when they realize nothing does, not because you're numb, but because you've drawn the line and are willing to enforce it without emotion or explanation, they finally see what kind of man they're dealing with. That is the moment she recalibrates. That is when the games stop. But that power doesn't come from rage, ultimatums, or emotional theatrics. It comes from clarity. The kind of clarity that says, this is what I accept, this is what I don't. And if you cross the line, you'll find nothing on the other side of it, because I'll be gone. Not blocked in anger, not ghosted for control. Gone because you no longer negotiate with disrespect. You no longer cling to what you had when it's clear she doesn't value who you are. That type of clarity is rare, and that's why it's respected. When she knows you'll leave without drama, but with certainty, you separate yourself from the rest. You become unforgettable, not because you were perfect, but because you had a code. A man who can walk away doesn't fear loss. He fears compromise, and that kind of man is terrifying to anyone who thrives on control. If you want her to admire you, respect you, and crave your presence, don't threaten to walk. Don't beg her to behave. Don't count her sins, hoping she'll change. Show her what consequences look like, quietly, decisively, consistently. And if she chooses not to step up, let her go. Because every second you stay after a boundary is crossed becomes a second you train her to ignore your standards. And eventually, your identity fades, your power dissolves, your heart grows bitter, and your soul grows tired. You begin to resent her, but the truth is, you resent yourself for not having the courage to walk away when everything inside you knew you should, for not listening to the warning signs, for not loving yourself enough to say, enough. So this is your wake-up call, your reminder. You don't win her respect by holding on tighter. You win it by being willing to let go. And the paradox? Once she knows you will, she may never want to let go of you again. Number 4, no competing for attention. If she keeps you competing, she's not confused, she's calculated. From the moment she makes you wonder where you stand, when she responds slowly to your messages, but instantly to likes on her selfies, when she keeps just friends around who've all expressed interest, when she posts thirst traps for validation while texting you goodnight, she's not unaware. She's grooming her options. And if you allow it, if you stay, if you try to win her over while she parades attention from other men like trophies, you are no longer her man. You're her emotional filler, her pet, her favorite backup. And I know what you're thinking. She says they're just friends, or I don't want to seem insecure. But you're not crazy. You're not overreacting. You're not paranoid. You're seeing clearly. You just don't want to accept what it means. Because accepting it means drawing a line. And drawing that line means risking her walking away. But here's the twist. If she's making you compete, she was never yours to begin with. Because women who are truly into you don't keep spares. They don't flirt publicly. They don't seek applause from strangers while holding your hand in private. They know that when a man is all in, the least he deserves is exclusivity. So why do you tolerate it? Because you've been taught that setting standards is insecurity, that saying no is weakness, that expressing your values is controlling. But in reality, your refusal to compete is the purest form of strength. The man who knows his worth doesn't argue to be chosen. He doesn't investigate, interrogate, or decode. He simply decides and moves accordingly. She shows she's loyal, he stays. She plays games, he leaves. Simple, because your attention is not a participation trophy. It's not a prize for whoever texts you back first. It's earned through consistency, through respect, through clarity. The second you start fighting for attention, you teach her that she is the prize and you're the chaser. But the truth is, she's supposed to be stepping up to keep you, not the other way around. The men she truly values, she never risks losing them. She doesn't give them reasons to doubt her. She doesn't compare them to others. And if she does, you don't stay. You don't talk it out. You don't argue over Instagram stories or justify your jealousy. You exit with calm, with poise, with power, because your peace is not up for auction. Your loyalty isn't on trial. You're not here to compete with the noise. You're here to build a life that's quiet, real, and undeniable. And if she can't offer that, she's offering chaos in disguise. So stop justifying her behavior. Stop trying to outshine the crowd. Stop lowering your standards just to keep her close. You deserve a woman who makes you feel safe, not uncertain, who chooses you openly, not secretly, who clears the bench, deletes the apps, and makes it known you are the only one. Until then, let go of the ones who treat you like an option. Because every time you stay for attention that should be yours by default, you shrink a little more. And one day, you won't recognize the man in the mirror. Not because she changed you, but because you let her. Don't be that man. Be the one who walks, and when you do, remember this. The one who couldn't decide will suddenly realize she lost the only man who ever made her feel safe. But by then, she'll be watching from a distance, knowing she'll never be the center again. Number 5, purpose comes first. A man without a mission becomes a man under submission, and the worst part is he usually doesn't realize it until it's too late. When you wake up every day thinking of her before you think of your goals, when you answer her texts before you answer the call of your own progress, when your schedule adjusts around her emotions instead of your vision, you are no longer building a life. You're orbiting hers. It doesn't start dramatically. It starts with little compromises. Skipping your morning workout because she had a bad dream, canceling a client call to talk through her drama with a coworker, staying up late to argue instead of sleeping early to win the next day. And every time you do, she takes notice, instinctively, not consciously. She begins to feel what you won't say, that you've placed her above your direction. That's when everything shifts. She stops looking at you with that fire. She stops leaning on you for strength. She begins to test more, push more, see how much more of yourself you're willing to give up just to keep her close. But here's the truth, most men can't stomach. She doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to be part of a purpose so powerful that even she can't shake it. She doesn't want to lead you. She wants to be led. She doesn't want to distract you. She wants to admire you. She doesn't want to be the center. She wants to be part of your world, not the whole thing. And when you flip that order, when she becomes the goal and your purpose becomes the hobby, you destroy the very thing that attracted her to you in the first place. Look back at the times you were most magnetic. You were grinding. You were locked in. You had vision. She felt like she had to earn your time because your time was valuable. But once she becomes your entire schedule, once every day is structured around her moods, you stop being a man in her eyes. You become a servant to emotion. And no matter how much she smiles or says thank you, she's losing respect by the minute. Real men are rooted in purpose. They don't need approval to grind. They don't wait for validation to move. They don't slow down because someone doesn't understand their path. Your life must move forward whether she claps or complains. You train not just to look good, but to remind yourself that discipline is your default. You work not just for money, but to provide, protect, and expand your legacy. You write, build, focus, and grow, not because someone told you to, but because the fire inside demands it. That's the man she respects. That's the man she submits to. That's the man who never has to ask for loyalty because his presence commands it. And if she can't handle that, if she constantly interrupts your grind, criticizes your schedule, or competes with your ambition, she's telling you she doesn't believe in your mission. And if she doesn't belong in it. The more you prioritize purpose, the more the right people rise around you and the wrong ones fall away. And yes, it will be uncomfortable. You'll be called cold, obsessed, emotionally unavailable. But long after they stop talking, you'll still be building. And when they come back, they won't recognize the man you've become. Because the man with purpose doesn't beg to be understood. He walks alone until the world understands him. He doesn't explain his schedule. He protects it. He doesn't ask for space. He owns it. And that space becomes sacred. It becomes where he creates his future. And no woman, no matter how beautiful, emotional, or persuasive, is worth trading that future for. Number 6, zero tolerance for games. You can't build anything real with someone who treats your emotions like entertainment. If she's playing games, she's not confused. She's testing how much of your power she can chip away before you finally break. It starts small, taking hours to respond when you know she's online, suddenly liking other guys' posts, making comments about how attractive someone else is, pretending not to notice your reactions just to see how much you'll tolerate. She brings up her ex, mentions how crazy other girls are, subtly compares you to men who treat her worse and calls it banter. She pushes your boundaries, flirts with disrespect, then cries when you react. It's all a script, and if you're still reading it, you're not the lead, you're the clown. You're the one she calls when she's bored, when her real interest is unavailable, when she wants a reaction to feel validated. And every time you argue, try to make her understand, try to explain how hurtful it is, she wins, not because she's right, but because she got your energy. And giving your energy to disrespect is the slowest form of self-destruction. A woman who respects herself doesn't play games. She communicates, she corrects, she commits. She doesn't keep you guessing because she's not seeking power, she's seeking partnership. But the woman who creates emotional confusion thrives on chaos, and if you tolerate it, you enable it. You become the man who teaches her that love is a test, not a truth. The man who confuses pain with passion, drama with depth. That man doesn't grow. He burns. He becomes addicted to the cycle of conflict and apology, withdrawal and re-entry, feeling valuable only when she finally decides to treat him like a human again. But here's the part most men never reach, the exit, because they're afraid. Afraid that if they walk, they'll never find another woman who makes them feel this alive. But that's not aliveness. That's trauma bonding, and the sooner you see it, the faster you heal. You don't heal by fixing her. You heal by choosing better. You don't fix toxicity by becoming more patient. You fix it by removing yourself completely. No announcements, no explanations, no guilt. And when you do, clarity comes. You begin to see how much time you wasted, how many tears you justified, how many red flags you painted white just to feel wanted. But now you reclaim your value. You stop responding to chaos with curiosity. You stop making excuses for behavior no grown woman should display. You stop calling her complicated and start calling her what she is, wrong for you. And in that moment, you stop seeking peace from the same place that stole it. You draw the line, you build the wall. And anyone who tries to play games, you don't join in. You walk away, and you don't look back. Because once you've tasted real respect, you'll never beg for attention again. Number 7, high standards, zero apologies. There's a reason most men end up resentful, drained, and lost in relationships that once felt promising, even powerful. They started compromising their values the moment they were afraid of losing a woman who didn't respect them in the first place. It always begins quietly, without announcement or warning. A small comment brushed aside, a standard softened to avoid conflict. You say nothing when she mocks something meaningful to you in front of her friends because you want to be the bigger man. You excuse the late replies and shady behavior because she's just busy. You ignore the disrespect toward your time, your space, your dreams, because deep down you're scared she'll leave. And one by one, your standards, those silent guardians of your dignity, fall. Not all at once, but slowly, until you look in the mirror and see a man you barely recognize. The man who used to walk tall now shrinks to fit her comfort. The man who had a code now edits his truth to keep her happy. And here's the painful reality you've been avoiding. She never respected the weaker version of you. She admired the man who had boundaries. She was drawn to the man who didn't flinch when tested. But when you gave up your standards thinking it would make her stay, you gave her the green light to stop earning you. And no woman stays loyal to a man she doesn't have to earn. Because deep in her DNA, a woman knows when she's dealing with a man who cannot be bought, bent, or broken. And it changes everything about how she shows up. She speaks differently, dresses differently, moves differently, not out of fear, but out of awe. But when she senses you're willing to accept anything just to keep her love, she stops trying. She loses the desire to be better. She starts to test you, not to bond, but to break. And when you finally stand up for yourself, when you finally draw the line after months of disrespect, she doesn't applaud your courage. She resents it because you trained her to lead. You trained her to take, to push, to override your voice. So when you find it again, she doesn't recognize the man in front of her. But let me tell you something with absolute clarity. Your standards are not up for debate. They are not negotiable. They are not arrogant, oppressive, or unrealistic. They are sacred. They are the reflection of your inner world, of how much you value your peace, your path, your purpose, and any woman who tries to shame you for them is showing you exactly why she doesn't belong in your life. A woman who's worthy of you will not mock your expectations. She will rise to them. She will see your code not as a threat, but as safety, because she'll know that a man who protects his standards protects everything that matters to him. And if that includes her, she's safe, but only if she earns it, only if she contributes, only if she understands that love is not unconditional when it comes to access. You don't give access to your life just because someone is beautiful, just because she cries, just because she says the right words when you're weak. Your access must be earned and kept through actions, through consistency, through truth. This world will tempt you to lower your standards at every turn. Women will try to bypass them with charm. Friends will question them. Society will shame you for them. But never let anyone bully you into abandoning your truth, because the second you do, you become replaceable, not just to women, but to yourself. You lose the sharpness that made you different. You become another man floating through life, waiting for approval, settling for anything that feels like love. But love that demands you shrink is not love, it's imprisonment. And freedom only comes when you say, these are my values, this is my code. And if you can't respect it, you don't get access to me. That is not cruelty, that is clarity. That is the foundation of every great man who's ever built something worth defending. He did not lower his expectations to keep people around. He raised them to filter out the weak, to attract the worthy, to live with dignity. And so must you. From this moment on, your standards are your identity. They define how you move, who you invite, what you tolerate. And when people say you've changed, you smile. Because yes, you have. You've become the man who no longer apologizes for demanding excellence. The man who no longer begs to be understood. The man who no longer entertains what disrespects him. That man, he doesn't need validation. He moves with presence, and his absence is louder than words. That man is who you were born to be. Now become him. Without apology, without compromise, without fear. If you're done being the man who's always giving and never respected, if you've reached the point where your soul is screaming for change and you know deep down that the version of you who tolerated everything is the reason you lost yourself, then this is your wake-up call. The world isn't going to hand you clarity. Women aren't going to beg you to set boundaries. Life isn't going to pause so you can figure it out. You either level up or you keep lying to yourself until the pain is too loud to ignore. And if you're serious, not just tired but done, then it's time you grab the weapon that was made for men like you. The Stoic relationship blueprint. It's not advice. It's not therapy. It's the cold, undeniable truth that rips the blindfold off and hands you back your power. It's what every man wishes he had before he lost her, before he gave too much, before he woke up hating the reflection staring back at him. This is your reset button, and it's linked right now in the pinned comment. But it won't stay public forever, because truth like this is not for everyone. Only the men ready to rise will grab it. If that's you, drop a comment below. Stoicism pathways, so I know you're serious. Like this video, subscribe, and help push this message into the ears of men drowning in lies and shame. Every click is a life you could help save, maybe even your own. Don't wait another day to become the man she'll never find again.